Good day to you. This is teacher Leland Alejandro, and we're going to discuss evaluating logarithms. We'll be doing logarithms and finding the values involving numbers. So we shall see the problem sets. All right, let's see the source. All right, here's the first number. Evaluate each expression. Now we shall try to find the value for this. And let me scroll the answers on the board. All right, so we have here logarithm of 216 base 6. Now we shall try to transform this using the property log b base b, this formula. This property will enable us to get the answer there. And so if you are going to see this particular problem, you can transform the 216 as power of 6. So here you can actually have a solution that goes like this. Log base 6, and then 216 can be expressed 6 to the third power. 6 raised to 3, like that. And so, based on this particular property, the answer here must be the 3. So the answer here is just 3, like this. And we can very well check that right here. And the answer is 3. And you can see the number, the red number 3 over here. All right, that should be our first number. All right, let's continue with the second number. And we can proceed to the second. All right, here. All right, we have logarithm of 343 base 7. Okay, for this particular example, we should be familiar with the 343. And 343 is actually powers of 7. So this is 7 raised to 3. 7 raised to 3. So we can actually solve this. Logarithm of 343 is expressible to 7 to the third power, like this. And this is base 7 there. So using the same property a while ago, okay, the one I wrote here, that's log of b to the x in base b gives x there. And so this means the answer for this is just 3. The answer here is 3. So you should be able to check that. 3 there. All right, so that goes to our number 2. I hope you remember this. Okay, this particular property there. All right, and so this is how we obtain the answers. All right, let's continue with the next. Let's continue with the next, and we clear the board. Number 3. Okay, here is number 3. Logarithm of 1 over 9 base 3. We have here 1 over 9. That's the number, and our base is 3. But you can see the number 9. That's power of 3. That's 3 squared. Okay, so you can actually write the solution this way. Logarithm of 1 over 9, you can express this like 1 over 3 squared, like that. You can write it logarithm of 1 over 3 squared. That's the equivalent of the 9. Now, in algebra, you can put this 3 squared on top, but then you will have to change the sign of the 2. So you may write this logarithm base 3, you can write it 3 to the negative 2 there. And so you can clearly see the answer. It's a negative 2 there. The answer is negative 2. And that is by the same property that we had a while ago. Okay, looking at that particular property, that's equal to x there. So the moment you transform the expression here like b to the x, and this is your base, if this and this number are the same, then you can write the answer which is equivalent to the x. So the answer here is -2. And you can very well see that over here. We can check that there. You can see the red number here, and that's the answer for this number. All right, let's continue. And that's the fourth. And let us clear the screen. All right, let's continue with number 4. We have here logarithm of 27 base 3. Now 27, we should be familiar with our numbers. 27 is expressible to 3 raised to 3. Okay, 3 raised to 3. And so we can actually write our answer, logarithm to base 3. We can write this 3 to the 3. By the same property we're using, the answer here must be the 3 there. And so the answer must be 3. Let's verify. Should be able to verify this. There. You can see the red number. That gives us the confirmation, and that's the answer. All right, so let's continue with the next number. I think there are 40 numbers. All right, let's finish all the 40. Let's have number 5. Okay, you have logarithm of 1 over 64 base 4. All right. Now, the technique here in this type of problems is to recognize the numbers involved. And you see 64 can be expressed as powers of 4. Powers of 4. And why are we doing that? Because we're after this 4 here. The moment we have something like 4 raised to something, okay, then that something is the answer. All right, so we can actually start the solution. All right, let's transform that 64 like 4 to the 3. Okay, 4 to the 3 is 64. So we can start with this idea. 64 is 4 raised to the power 3, like that. And so we can write the equivalent of this. This will just be logarithm to base 4. We can write this like 1 over 4 to the 3rd. There. Okay. And then by algebra, we can move up the 4 to the 3rd at the numerator, making the 3 negative. So you can just write this log to the base 4. We have 4 to the -3. And now you can see the answer already by the property that we are using. Okay. And that should be the -3. And we can verify the answer right now. There. And you see the answer, -3. Okay, you can see the red number on the screen, and that confirms that our answer is correct. All right, let's continue with number 6. Let's continue with the number 6. All right, here's number 6 here. All right, this is logarithm of 64 base 4. Okay. All right, we can easily do this. We are familiar with 64 already and the base 4. So you can actually continue with logarithm of 64, which can be written 4 to the power 3, like that. And this base and this number is the same, therefore the answer is just 3 there. And you can easily see that, and you can confirm it's number 3. All right, that gives us the confirmation. The number 3 is over there. That's the answer over here. All right, now we can continue with the next. Let's continue with number 7. Now here is number 7. We have here logarithm of 1 over 49 base 7. Now remember, 49 is 7 squared. Okay, 7 squared. So we can continue with the solution by just rewriting this logarithm to the base 7. We can write this like 1 over 7 squared, like that. And then we can put that 7 squared at the numerator, making the 2 negative, and it will simply look like this. logarithm to the base 7, and then 7 to the negative 2. And we have the answer right now by the same property. And we have the answer negative 2 there. And we can show the answer there. It's negative 2 by the red number you can see on the board and screen. All right. So this will now be for number 7. Let's continue with number 8. Let's have number 8. Here's number 8. Okay, this is something simple. Okay, you can express 9 powers of 3. That's 3 squared. Okay, 3 squared. And so we can continue with the solution. This is very simple. This will just be logarithm of 9, which can be written 3 squared. And you can readily see the answer. The moment you have this number equal to this number, then that's the answer. All right, so this must be equal to 2. All right, so that should be our answer, and we can ask the computer. All right, is it 2? Yes, it is. All right, so that should be it. We can continue with the next number. That was simple and quick. Let's go to number 9. All right, here's another simple. Okay, we can very well see that this is 2. Okay, the answer is 2. All right, but we shall try to show why it's 2. This is logarithm of 4, which you can write 2 to the power 2 base 2. There. Again, you have now this number and this number equal. Therefore, that's the answer. So that means this is 2. Okay. Very simple. All right. We just have to remember the logarithmic property that we're using. This must be 2 there. All right. You can see the red answer confirming our solution. All right, let's continue. Let's clear the board and proceed to number 10. All right, here's number 10. Logarithm of 1 over 27, okay, base 3. We shall try to have the solution. This is logarithm to the base 3. You can write 27 powers of 3, 3 to the 3. So we can write this 3 to the power 3, like that. That's 27. And then you can continue with the algebra rule in low exponents. That can be written 3 to the negative 3 there. And so the answer here is a negative 3 there. And so we shall verify that. There's the answer, negative 3. Okay, that will be for number 10. Let's have number 11. Let's have number 11. Here's number 11. Okay. Logarithm of 125 base 5. What is 125? That can be expressed powers of 5. That's 5 to the 3. 5 to the 3. Therefore, we can make the base number and 125 involving the number 5. So the solution is like this. This will be written logarithm to the base 5. You can now use 5 to the 3. 5 to the 3. There. That goes to our 125. And you can readily see the answer. All right. That's 3. Okay. So by remembering the logarithmic property that we had a while ago. So this is number 3. We can verify the answer. Yes. All right. So you can see the red number over here. Next, we shall continue with number 12. Here's number 12. All right. Logarithm of 1 over 81 base 3. Okay. Again, 81 can be expressed as powers of 3. And we can write this 3 to the 4th. Okay. 3 to the 4th. And so we shall proceed with our solution like this. Logarithm to the base 3. We can write 81 as 3 power of 4, raised to the power of 4. Okay, so 3 raised to 4. That's equivalent to 9 times 9, and that's 81. But then we shall transform this to the property like this. In order to have it x like that, okay? Remember, we're supposed to encounter something like this, okay? And so we can transform this further so that if we bring this 3 to the 4 on top, that becomes 3 to the negative 4. So this is logarithm to the base 3. This can now be written at the numerator, but we will change the sign of the 4 like that. And so the final answer is negative 4, looking at this property over here. Okay, so let's verify. Is it negative 4? Let's check. There, it's negative 4. And you can see it using the red number on screen. All right, so let's continue with the next numbers. All right, we shall now continue with number 13. Okay, here's number 13. Okay, 36 is expressible to 6 squared. 6 squared. So we shall just transform this logarithm to the base 6, 1 over 6 squared, like that. And then further, we can make that logarithm to the base 6, and we raise it up at the numerator, making the 2 negative, like that, by law of exponents. And we can see readily the answer, it's a negative 2 there. And we shall verify the answer. There, it's a negative 2, okay? You can see it over here. So the answer is over here. It's a negative 2. All right, let's continue with the next number. We shall continue with number 14. There, here's number 14. Here's another property that we should discuss. All right. If you see a 1, okay, logarithm of 1 to any base is equal to 0. There, that's a property, logarithmic property there. Okay, why? Because b raised to 0 is 1 there. Okay, so if you encounter a logarithm of 1, okay, whatever number you have here as base, the answer is always 0. Okay, all right, so the answer for 14 is just 0. So if you see a 1 after the logarithm, that's a 0. So let's verify. This must be a 0 there. Okay, you can see the red 0 over there. All right, let's continue with the next number. Clear the board and then clear the answer. Continue with 15. All right. Okay, here's another property. Okay, if you see the number after the logarithm and the base equal, the answer is 1. Okay, here's another property that we shall discuss. All right, if you have something like logarithm of b to the base b, that is equal to 1. And here's another property that you shall remember. Okay, why? Because b raised to the power 1 equals b. There. So b raised to the power 1 is b. There. Okay, so you have to remember this property. If you find this number equal to the base, then the answer is 1. Okay, and there's a simple explanation here. You can also write it this way. Logarithm of b to the 1, and this is base b. If this is your x, then that can be derived from the first property that we studied. Log b to the x to the base b. Remember, if this is x, then that's x. Okay, so if this is x, then this is x. Okay, like that. So if ever this is 1, then that is 1. And that's very easy to see. And the answer here is equal to 1. And we can verify that. We can easily verify that. There. You can see the red answer over there. Okay, don't forget this property. Okay, and we already studied three properties, and we shall do a little summary. Okay, we shall try to do a little summary here. All right, the logarithm of 1 for any base b is 0. Okay, the logarithm of b to the base b is 1. Yeah. And the first one that we have been using is the logarithm of b to the x to the base b is x there. All right, try to remember this 3. Okay, all right, so let's continue with the next number. Okay, just remember this 3, and you'll be able to transform any expression in logarithm as long as you can transform the numbers to something like this, and you will have a definite exact answer. All right, let's continue with number 16. Let's have number 16. All right. Now here we have 243. 243, you have to be familiar with the numbers. Okay, you have to be familiar with the numbers. 243 is actually 3 to the 5th. So it's powers of 3. Okay, powers of 3. Now to give you a little introduction on this one, 3 to the 0 is 1. 3 squared is 9. Okay, 3 to the 3rd is 27. 3 to the 4th is 81. And then 3 to the 5 is this number, 243. Okay? And so we can transform the 243 into something like 3 to the 5 and use the logarithmic property that we studied. So the solution here is logarithm of 3. You can express the 243 like 3 to the 5. There. And the answer is 5, and we know it. All right? That should be 5. Yeah. All right. So we can see that over here. Is it 5? Yes, it is. All right. So you can see the number 5, red number 5 on screen. All right. So that gives us the answer. And be familiar with numbers. That's the way to do it. Okay. Powers of 3, powers of 5, powers of 7, powers of 2. Okay. All right. That's the way to get the answers here. All right. Let's continue with the next number 17. Let's continue with the next number. All right, that should be for the next. Okay, here's the next one. For number 17, we have 343, and this is 7 to the 3rd. Okay, this is powers of 7. Okay, do not be confused with 243 and 343. 243 is for powers of 3. Okay, and 343 is powers of 7. Okay, let me just explain this one. 7 to the 0 is 1. 7 to the 1 is 7. 7 squared is 49. Now 7 to the 3rd is 343. There. There. Okay. So that gives us 6, 28, 34. Yes. All right. Yeah, it's simply 49 times another 7. Okay. Because this is times 7 and then times 7 and then times 7. So it's 7 to the 3rd. So that's 49 times 7. So that gives you 343. So the way to get the answer for this is to reproduce the 7 in the 1 over 343. So you can continue with the solution like this. Logarithm to the base 7. You can write this like 1 over 7 to the 3rd, like that. And then put the 7 to the 3rd at the numerator. This will now be log base 7, 7 to the negative 3. And so the final answer here is negative 3. And so we shall verify this. There, it's negative 3. Okay, so we are correct, and we shall be able to continue with number 18. All right, let's continue with number 18. Here is number 18. All right. By the property we discussed a while ago, when you see the number in front of the logarithm equal to the base, the answer is 1. Okay. So without any solution, we know this is the same as the base. Therefore, the answer here is 1. Okay. By this property that we discussed a while ago. Okay. This must be equal to 1 there. And so the answer here must be 1. There. Okay. You can see the red number 1. All right. Don't forget this. This is very important and very practical. All right. Let's continue with the next. Let's have number 19. Let's remove our writings there. All right. Let's have this. Okay. 16 can be expressed as powers of 4. We can write that as 4 squared. So the solution here will be logarithm base 4, and this can be written 4 squared there. And so we will have further transformation. You can write this base 4 and then 4 to the negative 2. And we can readily see the answer, negative 2 there. And that's the answer. All right, let's check and verify. Check and verify. Is it negative 2? Yes. All right, you can see it on the screen. And try to learn the solution. And if you encounter something like this, you will notice it's just familiarization of the numbers that gives you the solution. All right. So let's continue with the next. Clear the writings, clear the answer. Let's proceed to number 20. All right, here's number 20. We know this property, okay? The logarithm of 1 to any base, okay, is 0 there. And so the answer here is 0, okay? And I can show you the property there. You can see the 0 in red color. That's the answer. Okay, next. Let's continue with the next. Let's have number 21. Okay, the answer is, of course, 1. Okay, you can see the base and the number equal. Therefore, this is 1. There. Okay. All right. All right. So we will not solve that anymore because we are familiar with the property. Okay. And if you need to recall the property, that's logarithm of the number b to the base b. If you have this equal to this one, then the answer is 1. Okay. All right. So don't forget that particular rule. Okay, let's continue. Let's have number 22. Okay, here's 22. All right, we have the number 81. What is the logarithm of 81 to the base 3? Again, familiarization of the numbers. 81 is expressible to powers of 3. So we shall try to express this powers of 3. So we have logarithm of 81, that's 3 to the power 4. There. That's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And so we have here the answer. That is just 4. And we should be able to verify that there. Okay. All right. So that gives us the confirmation. Our answer is correct. We shall continue with 23. We shall continue with 23. All right. 23. Okay. Here's 23. We now have 25. And that is so related with the number 5. Okay. This is powers of 5 here. We can express 25 as powers of 5. 5 squared. So the solution is to just transform this logarithm to the base 5 of 25, which is expressible to 5 squared. And so we can see the answer 2 there. And so this is now 2. Is it? Is it 2? Yes. All right. So you can see the red number over here. All right, let's continue. Let's continue with the rest of the lecture examples. Let's continue with the lecture examples. Number 24 now. Okay, here is logarithm of 16, base 2. Okay, base 2. So the 2 and the 16 is all related by powers of 2. And we shall express 16 as 2 to the 4th, 2 to the 4th power. Okay, using powers of 2, you shall recall the table for 2. 2 to the 0, that's 1. 2 to the 1 is 2. 2 to the 2 is 4. 2 to the 3 is 8. 2 to the 4 is 16, and so forth and so on. Okay, so we can simply write this logarithm of 16 is 2 to the 4th there. And you can see now the first property that we have discussed. That means the answer here is the 4. There. All right. So we shall verify the answer. Is it 4? Yes, it is. Okay. And so we shall continue with the next number, going to number 25. All right. Going to number 25. Here's number 25. All right. We have 125 as related to 5. This is powers of 5. And 125 can be expressed as 5 to the 3. So we can do a little transformation here. Logarithm to the base 5, 1 over 125 can be written 5 to the 3. There. All right. After which we move the 5 to the 3rd on top of the fraction. This will now be 5 to the negative 3. And so the answer, that should be the negative 3. There. Okay. All right. Verify. There. It's verified. All right. So we have negative 3. You can see the answer on the screen. All right. So that should be negative 3. Continue now with 26. We clear the board. Okay. Here is the next number. Here's the next number. Logarithm of 49 base 7. Okay. We can solve this easily because 49 is 7 squared. 7 squared. And that means this will be logarithm to the base 7 of 7 squared. And the answer, of course, is 2. There. And we shall be able to verify that. There. And you can see very well the answer. Okay. There's the number 2. All right. All right. Let's continue. Let's have the next. We shall now be doing number 27. Number 27. All right. Okay. This is now logarithm of 36 base 6. Now 36 is very simple. This can now be just logarithm of 6 squared base 6. There. And so we can readily see the answer. It's positive 2. There. All right. So very simple. We verify the answer, and that will be 2 there. Okay. You can very well see the answer. It's a 2 over there. All right. So we continue. Let's have 28. Let's have number 28. Here's number 28. Logarithm of 16 base 4. This one is rather simple also. 16 is expressible to powers of 4. 4 squared. So we can continue with the solution. This is logarithm of 4 squared. That's 16. And our base is 4. And that is clearly 2. That's the answer. All right. And we can verify after this. Let's verify. Is it 2? Yes. Okay. All right. Let's go on with 29. Continue with number 29. All right. Next. Number 29. All right. This is logarithm of 32 base 2. So what is 32? Powers of 2. That's 2 to the 5. Okay. So you shall recall your powers of 2. 2 to the 0, 2 to the 1, 2 to the 2, 2 to the 3, 2 to the 4, and 2 to the 5. There. Okay. This is 1. This is 2. This is 4. This is 8. This is 16. And 2 to the 5 is 32. There. And so this can be expressed. This can be expressed logarithm of 2 to the 5 base 2. And you can clearly see the answer. It's a 5 there. And we shall be able to check on that. There, it's a 5. Okay, that's a 5. All right, we're correct. And we shall continue with the next. Number 30. That's number 30. Okay, here's number 30. All right. Okay, what do we have here? Logarithm of 1 over 16 base 2. Okay, now 16 can be expressed powers of 2. That's 2 to the 4th power. All right, so you can just write this. All right, logarithm base 2, 1 over 2 to the 4th. There, and that's equivalent to 16, 2 to the 4th. And we can transform further. We have logarithm to the base 2. We can write this in this manner using a law of exponents in algebra. Okay, 1 over 2 to the 4th can be written 2 to the negative 4. And the answer is very clear here. It's negative 4. There, that's the answer. All right, and we shall see and verify. Is it negative 4? Yes, it is. All right, okay. So you can verify over here. That's a negative 4 answer. All right, let's continue with the next. We clear the board and we shall continue with it. All right, we're doing number 31 now. 31, okay. Here is powers of 6, all right? 216 is 6 to the 3rd, or 6 to the 3. So we can express this logarithm to the base 6, 1 over 6 to the 3, there. Okay, 6 times 6 times 6. Okay, that's 216. And so we can further transform this logarithm to the base 6, 6 to the negative 3, there. And so the answer is clearly just negative 3, there. And we shall be able to check on this. All right, what's the answer? Negative 3. There, it's a negative 3. That's the confirmation, and we shall be able to continue with the next number. And 32, let's do number 32. Number 32, here is number 32. All right. Okay, here is logarithm of 1/3 to the base 243. 243. Now, you need some technique here, all right? You need some technique here. Your base is so large, 243, which if we're going to recall it, that's 3 to the 5, okay? 3 to the 5. So you need some algebraic manipulation here, okay, to come up with a 243, okay? To come up with a 243. Remember, the base is larger, okay? The base is larger. And so what we need to do is transform that 243, okay, such that we shall be able to come up with 243 here. And we shall start with the 1, okay? And so it should look like this. We have here logarithm of 243. And so this is 1/3. And we can raise this to the power 1, okay? And 1 is equivalent to 5 over 5, okay? We can express 1 as number divided by a number, okay? 5 over 5 is 1, there. All right, so we can continue this like logarithm base 243, and then we shall replace that 1 by a 5 over 5. We have there 1/3, and here is the 5 over 5 there. Okay, for the next line, we shall uh, raise the numbers inside by the law of exponents. We can write that 1 to the 5 and 3 to the 5, okay? And we shall write this way. It's possible to write it this way, logarithm of base 243, and then 1 to the 5 and 3 to the 5, there. 3 to the 5, there. Just bringing this 5 inside, just bringing this 5 inside, and you still have 1/5 there. Because we brought that 5 in, okay? So we raised the 1 to 5, and we raised the 3 to 5, law of exponents. And so the inside number now will look like this. 1 raised to 5 is just 1. 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, okay? That is just 1. So we can continue with logarithm to the base 243. And then the number inside a grouping symbol, okay? 1 to the 5 is just 1. Now, 3 to the 5 is, we know that, that's 243. There. And we still have the 1/5 outside, like that. All right. By the law of exponents, we can bring the 243, which is 243 to the 1, okay? 243 to the 1. And so if we put that on top, part of the numerator, that will become 243 to the -1. So we can write it this way. Logarithm base 243, and this can now be written 243 to the -1 there, raised to the power 1/5 there. Now you can multiply the -1 and the 1/5, okay? The -1 and the 1/5, that gives you a -1 over 5. So further transformation, that should look like this. Logarithm base 243, we can now further express it like 243 raised to the -1 over 5, like that. And so our answer is -1 over 5. This is -1 over 5. There, that should be our answer. And so we shall verify it. Okay, let's see if it's 1 over 5. Is it 1 over 5? Negative. There, it's -1 over 5. Okay, so we shall encircle the answer. It's over there. It's a -1 over 5. All right, that goes to our number 32. And try to learn the transformation from the given up to our final answer. So it involves some algebra, okay, review of law of exponents. All right, let's continue with number 33. Let's continue with number 33. Let me just clear the board. All right, so we clear, and then we proceed to removing the answer, and we continue with 33. All right, here's 33. This one is rather simple, okay? This looks like +3 only. The base is small. So this will only be logarithm base 6 of 6 to the 3. That's 216. 6 times 6 times 6. And so the answer here is just 3. There. All right, verify. Let's verify the answer. There, it is 3. There. All right, let's continue. Okay, let's continue. We clear the board, and we clear the answer, and we proceed to 34. Here is 34. All right, here is, this looks familiar already. Haven't we solved this before? This looks like -2, okay, -2. All right, but let's show it once more. This is logarithm base 6. We can write 36, 6 squared at the bottom, and we can raise that up. Logarithm of the base 6, 6 to the negative 2, and it's clearly negative 2. There. Okay, is it negative 2? Let's show it on screen. Yes, it is. All right, there. All right, let's finish it. Okay, let's continue. I think this is up to number 40. Let's proceed to 35. All right, here is number 35. All right, here's another case like the one a while ago. This time we have the base again larger than the number, okay, the logarithm of the number. So the 16 is larger. So we have to produce a 16 there. And we know 16 is 4 squared. So we will just introduce 2 over 2. That's the technique. Okay, you only need to introduce 2 over 2. That's 1. Okay, from the exponent. All right, let's continue and use this idea over here. All right, so we can do something like this: logarithm of 4 raised to 1, because 4 is 4 to 1, 4 raised to the power 1, and we shall replace the 1 with 2 over 2, because 2 over 2 is also 1. And along the way, we'll be producing 16. So this is now something like logarithm to the base 16, and this can be written 4 raised to 1 is the same as 4 raised to the power 2 over 2. There, let's put it in the parentheses like that. And then we will bring in the 2 in the fraction 2 over 2. We will bring in the 2, okay? All right, and you'll be able to write it this way: logarithm to the base 16. You can write this now 4 squared, and what is left outside is 1/2. There, okay, it's 1/2. All right, okay, and we shall be able to see the answer after a little while. That's 4 squared. That will give us the 16 that we need. So this can now be written log base 16, and we have 16 raised to 1/2. There. And we can readily see the answer. It's a 1/2. It's a 1/2. There. That should be it. All right, let's check and verify. Is it 1/2? Yes, it is. All right, so that's the red answer over there. Okay, that surely is the answer. It's a positive 1/2. Okay, let's continue with 36. Continue with 36. All right, let's remove the answer and continue with 36. All right, this one is rather simple. We have a smaller number base, and we have 32. That can be expressed 2 to the 5. And the answer is 5, of course. All right, and this can be something like base 2 and then 2 to the 5, like that. And the answer, of course, that's a 5. Let me clear that. That should be 5 there. All right, that should be it. There, it's a 5, okay? All right, you can see the answer over here. You can see the answer over there. All right, that looks correct. Okay, so let's continue. Let's clear the board and continue with the next problem. 4 more problems. We had a lot of examples. All right, let's have 37. This one is rather easy. Okay, it's similar to have with what we have a while ago. This is logarithm to the base 5. That's 125. You can write this 5 to the 3rd. 5 to the 3rd. And so the answer is just 3. There. Check and verify. Verify. All right, it's 3. Okay, you can see the red number. That's the answer revealed by the computer. Let's continue with the next numbers. Okay, let's 38. Oh, this is very simple. It's a 1, okay? From the property logarithm of the number b to the base b, that's a 1. This is the property you have to remember. So the answer here is just 1, okay? looking at these numbers, they're the same. So the answer there is 1, okay? All right, so we can verify the answer there. It's 1. You can see the number, red number 1. All right, let's continue with the last two numbers. Okay, here comes 39. All right, here's 39. Okay, this is also simple. This is logarithm base 7. 49 is expressible powers of 7. 7 squared, and this is number 2. Yeah. Okay, and that's it. And for the last number, let's have the number 40. Okay, here is number 40. All right. Okay, we have now 64. We can express 64 powers of 2. Okay, that's 2 to the power 2 to the 6. Okay, 2 to the 6. So you can transform this. Logarithm of the base 2, you can write this 2 to the 6th there. And so this is equivalent to logarithm to the base 2, 2 to the negative 6. And we now have the answer. It's a negative 6. That should be it. All right, so that clearly is the answer. It's a negative 6. All right, over here. That means we are correct. And that's it, class. I hope you will be able to learn how to evaluate logarithms by being familiar with the numbers, okay? And going back to your law of exponents in algebra. All right, so this will be all for now. I hope you'll be able to practice and solve your Regenuity problems. Okay, so bye-bye and see you for the next discussions.